everybody, it's good old JR Jim Ross, a member of multiple halls of fame and the voice of AEW Wrestling, and you're listening to Bad Medicine Podcast. You're going to like it.
Need some longer cables. Ladies and gentlemen, we are once again coming to you live from the 13th floor of Nakatomi Plaza, broadcasting from the Wayland Corporation Studios, overlooking the crystal clear waters of Lake Winnebago. This is the Bad Medicine Podcast. My name is Mason Quinn. To my right is the answer.
Well, hey, come on. We all know that it is WrestleMania season.
It is. This is our WrestleMania special. Guys, we're getting ready for the week-long festivities that is WrestleMania. It is the best time of the year. If you're a wrestling fan, you get that off me, you Mizark.
Come on. Yeah.
Why is it vibrating?
No, because it spins.
Oh, freaked me out for a minute there. But this is the best time of the year if you're a wrestling fan. So I thought, hey, me and the answer, we might as well jump right into it and do a little preview of WrestleMania and NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver.
Of course, because, I mean, any wrestling fan knows that March is the greatest time of the year because of WrestleMania. It's like Christmas for any wrestling fan. I mean, back in the day, we used to have, Starrcade was in... like December time, or when was Starrcade exactly? Like, when was it really?
Well, Starrcade was like WCW's version of WrestleMania.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Where like for them, they had that time of the year, and you had great big shows. For WWE, I mean, if you were always that way in WWE, you had SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and then obviously WrestleMania was the king.
The big lead up. Yep, absolutely.
And so March is just, I mean, a special time for me. It's my birthday month.
What
but
is all that vibrating coming from?
I don't know. Is that you?
Your table?
It's not me. It's
Okay.
not you. What is it going on?
Hear that? Huh. This is worse than when Randy Orton was talking to Stone Cold and he kept touching the table. And I was like, I do the same exact thing. I know I do it, but it was very annoying.
So with that...
What's your chair? Good grief. Are we a couple of professionals or what, folks?
Of course we are.
Diamond Dave's going to edit this
So
out.
you know what? Do what Orton did. Grab me a beer.
But
anyways, that's right there.
And while you're grabbing a beer, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, bang that bell, smash that subscribe button, because we got tons of great content headed your guys' way. Let's jump right into it.
But wait first.
I keep trying. So let's get right into it. WrestleMania Night 1, we're going to start from presumably the bottom of the card and work our way up.
Exactly.
So answer, our first match is a real barn burner. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. Whether or not they will add in the sound effects when Braun runs around the ring to hit somebody, I don't know. We'll see. They did that on Smackdown. Your initial thoughts, and we're going to do an answer scale of 1 to 4 answers on how excited you are for each
1 to 5
match.
answers.
1 to 5 on how excited he is for each match.
Well,
so,
I mean, it's not like the Packers doing, the D-train.
Stay on track. Stay on track.
Well, exactly, D-train. But I have no interest in this match whatsoever.
None for Shane McMahon and Braun, huh?
Because, look, we all know Shane will put his body on the line.
But he calls him stupid.
Oh, ooh, really?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's
what put him over that. All right, Quinn, I want to match with you.
No.
You're stupid.
Yes.
All right, there it is. We got a match.
Let's do it.
No, I mean, look, I love Shane's commitment to what he wants to do because, he's kind of jumping past the fact where Vince. Because remember, Vince.
Well, he's not
Jr.
nearly as good as Vince.
Well, remember, Vince Jr. wanted to get into the business. His dad was like, "No, I don't want you to," but he did, and he created, pretty much the best heel character of all time.
Absolutely, but the problem with Shane is that he's Vince's boy. He's Vince's boy. I mean, yes, he's in great shape. He doesn't have great matches, but he does some good high spots. But it's like that's what he's there for.
He's got no neck anymore. I mean, look, I love Shane.
We can ask the Appleton Oak what causes that.
We love Shane. We love the fact of the King of the Ring with him and Kurt Angle, where he's like, "No, throw me through the glass," and all that other stuff. But it's like, dude, you're good. You don't need to do this anymore. And unless they're absolutely strapped for Braun to do anything at Mania, he shouldn't be doing this match.
Yeah, he's a guy they just keep pulling the rug out from under. Like, it's like, decide which direction you're going to go with this guy. Either push him or don't or whatever. They keep doing this, well, you win Money in the Bank, but somehow you lost it. You got a championship run, but then you lost it. So on a scale of 1 to 5 answers, where's your excitement for this match?
1 answer, because at the end of the day, too, it's like... It it's going to be the first hour main event or the first hour main event. But I look at it this way too: is like Braun right now
for the pre-show main event, not for
just clarifying. Remember, it's 2 nights.
Yep,
Saturday and Sunday. I'm thinking they're going to be Saturday first hour main event because
this is day 1. They've already got them scheduled.
That is day 1.
This is day 1. We're going to run through, and then we'll run through day 2.
Okay, but so still that, because here's the thing: it was a few years ago. Remember, Braun looked like $1 million when he won that Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah,
and we're like, all right, here we go. He's going to the top, and so you have this monster. It looks like $1 million. Let's have him face the boss's son.
Yep.
So one answer. That's being gracious.
One answer. Okay.
Not like Dave Meltzer here. All right.
The next match for day 1 of WrestleMania is the Raw Tag Team Championships. The New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus AJ Styles and Almost.
Almost 7'3".
So this one feels a bit kind of thrown together.
Yes.
Because quite honestly, they don't have any other realistic tag teams to go against them. They've kind of broken everybody up.
Yep.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you about this one. AJ's great. We know that Woods and and Kofi can do their thing. The big question mark is Almost. What's he going to do there? I think if they do the storyline right, look, they've got 3 guys in there who know what they're doing. I think this could be an entertaining match if it's done right. You've got guys who clearly know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So I think this could be entertaining.
This could be really good. It depends on if they tell the story or not.
Yeah.
You have 3 guys, especially AJ, that just... he knows how to tell a story.
Yeah, it seems like every guy on his way out wants to wrestle AJ as their last match.
Not even that. It's just everybody loves to wrestle him. I mean, we heard about Brock Lesnar wanted to wrestle him. Yep. We heard about Shinsuke. Well, they had so many classics. Why not wrestle again?
And obviously Taker, as we saw. Taker. Yeah.
So as long as you put AJ as the general of this match and then have him a producer that's equally competent, they're going to have... I almost want to say a 5-answer match, but I'm going to give it a 3.5 answer on paper because it does go by almost.
Oh, yeah, exactly. See, and I can agree with you there because while the potential's there, my fear is that the entire match is going to be built around putting over Almost to build him up to something later, but we'll see. We'll see what they make out of it, guys. Again, as always, drop your comments down below if you have any input and want to, leave us a comment on what you think about the WrestleMania lineup. So next, we have a match with 2 guys who are just workhorses. They can clearly go, but are kind of stuck in a weird situation. I'm talking about Cesaro and Seth Rollins.
Oh my God. 2 great workers. Seth can talk. Cesaro just... They need to pick a
direction,
I mean, he comes in as like the James Bond thing. Then he does this. Then he does that. It's like, dude is a great worker. Just have him be like the silent assassin. That's what I would really do with him. Can he talk? I'm sure he can. I've probably seen great promos by him, but you know what? When you weren't sure what to do with him at first, make him be the silent assassin or give him a mouthpiece until he takes over. Just like, I don't know, one little guy, Stone Cold Steve Austin, did the same thing. Give him the mouthpiece until you're not sure, and then Vince will
can we
sink or swim? That's what you need.
Yeah, and I agree with you there on Cesaro, but I think we need to talk about Seth Rollins because
burn it down.
This guy was main eventing WrestleMania, beating Brock Lesnar. Now he's a mid-card at best guy right now. Who, honestly, does anybody even care about Seth anymore? I mean. Aside from the ladies who think he's good looking,
lady in the crowd.
It's like, what are you doing with Seth Rollins? I mean, I don't see it, man. I don't know what they're going to do with this guy. It's almost like he's reverting back to what he was before. Remember when Austin was saying he needs to become something, and Seth freaking Rollins isn't it?
Yeah, before even Austin said that, you said that to me. You said to me, what was it? It was like, just because you can put freaking in there doesn't mean I'm going to like him.
Yes.
And I totally agree. Look, he's got all the traits, everything you need. Even the Monday Night Messiah, I mean, whatever the character, but what I always loved is Diamond Dave, who isn't here with us tonight for this preview, but he loved his stupid little laugh, his ha, ha, ha. Yeah. And it was good. And it was like, at first, every time you heard it, you're like, God, that's so stupid. God, that's so stupid. And then you're like, all right, I like it.
It kind of worked.
It makes me hate him some more, you know?
And I think what puzzles me even more with Seth Rollins is here's a guy who's excellent in the ring, has an excellent look, you know. Well, he does kind of hurt people sometimes. I was gonna say he's relatively healthy, and I guess he has been to a point, but not exactly his opponent. So again, another guy where leaves us kind of scratching our heads as to what they're going to do with them. But
so I give that one. I give that one a 3 answers. But I'm going to ask you this: who'd you put over in the match? Who needs to get put over?
Cesaro absolutely needs to get the win here. He needs to break out of that lower mid-card status that he's just been stuck in forever, and just he needs the win here. Seth is already established. He's a multiple-time world champion. Mm-hmm. It does nothing for him to just go out there and beat Cesaro. These guys do have the potential to steal the show.
Oh, yeah.
If they're given the time and if they want, they could steal the show. I just don't know if they're going to do it.
Because at the end of the day, it could always be the Sheamus and Daniel Bryan. That'll be a good match. Kiss, bro kick, over in 4 seconds.
Done.
So give them the time and what they need.
And maybe
I'm saying, the bar is set at the absolute lowest at a 3. So they could have a normal match and it's at least going to be a 3.
Because the storyline's been garbage.
Yes.
So they could go out there and deliver in the ring.
Godfather thing.
Blow everybody away.
But they could easily have a 5 and have the match of the night.
Yeah, they
or
have
Dave Meltzer 6.
Stick your tongue out like Meltzer. Okay, next. Okay, so you've got your. So how many answers was that?
I said I'm setting the bar. The absolute lowest they're going to go is a 3. Okay. It's not going to be lower than a 3 out of 5.
All right, the next match that you saw coming a mile away, the Bad Bunny versus The Miz. I had no idea who the Bad Bunny was, but I'm 42, so take that for what it's worth. I also didn't know who Tyson Fury was, or who was the other guy with the big cinder block head they brought in to fight Lesnar, the shoot fighter from UFC.
Oh, Cain Velasquez.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was either. So WWE, if you're bringing these guys in thinking they're going to get mainstream hype, I'm not the guy to be asking.
Yeah, exactly.
But so Bad Bunny versus The Miz. Miz works a style that's very friendly and very easy. They can build a story around it. They can, protect Bad Bunny for the spots that he needs to do. So I think this match will be what it is. Damian Priest will get involved. The whole reason they brought in Bad Bunny was to give Damian Priest the big push and the rub and everything, if I can use insider terms.
We have been the whole time, so.
Well, I just want to clarify.
All right, so with that, I give it 1 answer.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's like the Pat
McCaffrey
and the Lawrence Taylor match. It all depends on, Bad Bunny. If he comes into this, just diving in head first, they could have a good match, a solid 3 match. It's all depending on the celebrity. But if you go with the Snooki that she did 3 things or whatever, any celebrity that just phones it in, then it's shit. But if they actually take the time and at least take it seriously, if they take it a Pat McCaffrey, you fucker, Pat McAfee's seriousness, then they can have a really good match, and that's what I'm banking on. But I'm saying it's a 1 is the lowest. The highest it can be is a 2, but if they go out there and Bad Bunny is respectful and has a great match, that would be just amazing.
But your level of interest is a 0.
Yeah, my level of interest is 1 because I never heard of Bad Bunny until.
Okay, that makes both of us. We come from different age groups, so I think that tells something.
All right, time out quick. Grab me a beer.
Next, we have the Smackdown Women's Championship. Now, this is a match I'm really excited for. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. To me, between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, the current ladies on the WWE roster better be worried because these girls are two hardcore athletes that look the part, have the size, have the ability, can both talk. I think these two are the future, being Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. But more specifically, in the match with Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, you know what I want to see out of this? I want to see Bianca go in there and just kill her, just totally squash her.
So you want to
in
do
like
that?
3 minutes. Yeah, I want like a Brock Lesnar match because Sasha's been trying to get over on her in the storyline leading up to Mania.
And has been failing.
I'm thinking that Bianca just needs to come out there, unleash raw athletic ability, and just destroy her. And it's not even a competition. Like Sasha doesn't even get out of the blocks. They don't even.
You want to do
up.
it that much?
Yep, I want Bianca just to
You
kill
want
her.
this to be the Sheamus Daniel Bryan match, right?
I do because I mean, guys, realistically, Bianca Belair is an NCAA, elite level athlete. Okay, and taking nothing away from Sasha Banks, but she ain't Bianca Belair. Okay,
Boss time.
and there's just simply no way that. And what good does it do for Bianca to go out there and have a competitive match with Sasha, looking the way she does, building her up the way they are? I think if she just goes out there and crushes her, because then Sasha can run the storyline of, wow, I'm really in for it now. It's a different time. There's some new talent coming in. And then you can build that storyline, So that's what I want to see out of that match. My excitement for this match, I don't know if they're going to do that, though. I think they might have a competitive back and forth, and they might even have Sasha go over, but we'll see. But my excitement's at about a 3.5 of 4. I'll say a 4 for this match. I'm excited because I think Bianca's going to be great. We saw her live. We saw her and Rhea live. Yeah. They were fantastic. These girls are the future, so I'm excited for it. Your thoughts?
I'm really excited for it just because it's given Bianca that what she needs. She's been good for this position, ready for this position for the last year at least.
And it's amazing to me how good she is for being somebody who wasn't on the indie scene.
Yeah.
She was an elite level college athlete, went right to the PC, and it worked,
She was like a Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah,
because Shelton Benjamin, when he came into OVW, he was a wrestling fan, but it was just wrestling, never even dabbled. Picked it up. So she has been the same way, and Sasha Banks has been, she's been a student of the game. So I could see how they try to use that psychology, how she's always been using the psychology. She's going to try and just not let, okay, I know what they could have her be smart.
Use her momentum against her reversals.
But I could see you saying, too, underestimating her. Because then, say she loses right away, they could easily do I underestimated her. I have to figure out a way I can break her down to beat her the next time. And have her doing the chase. They could do the reverse. I was going to say,
don't you think there's more money to be made in a storyline of Sasha came out and just got her lunch handed to her? We
don't do that, god damn it.
Versus having a competitive match, I just think it makes for a better story.
I would think so. I am looking forward to this. I would say 4 out of 5 answers.
Awesome.
Because these two are both great in the ring. They know how to sell. They don't have many botches, so we won't have to worry about that.
No, they're not.
But I just can't wait for the hair whip. But I think they're gonna.
She hasn't broken that out yet.
There we go.
She hasn't really done that.
That's the smart thing too. It's an amazing thing. Only save it for the big times. All right. I'm talking to you too, like Charlotte. That would always do your moonsault to the outside. Save that for Mania and Mania only. Otherwise, it makes it indescribable. Anyways.
The next match, your main event. 2 of the Bad Medicine podcast top draft picks. This is the WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley, the champion, taking on Drew McIntyre.
That's right. What was it, like a year and a half ago?
What did we say?
What did we do?
Strap a rocket to both of these gentlemen and send them to the moon. That's what we said.
So if you weren't a fan then, which, what the hell is wrong with you? But we decided to do a full-on draft. And not just WWE. We drafted everything. And these are our first 2 picks.
Yep.
And what was my wild card pick?
R-Truth, and we all laughed at you.
Oh my God. They laughed at me, but he's been entertaining.
Yep.
But I digress.
Yep.
But right here.
This is money right here.
Like good old JR, friend of the podcast, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Said, these are 2 blue chippers right here. and they're main eventing, and I couldn't be happier that we were right.
You know what I love most about these two guys and the program they're in right now and the match they're going to have is that when I watch them on WWE TV, it's two grown men having a fight.
Yes.
It's not Miz and Morrison running around like little kids playing schoolyard games, or even some of the the ladies champions. Sasha and Bayley have been guilty of that as well. And it's like, I want to see two adults. All right, like. And it's funny because they'll act like adults and ass kickers and pros on NXT, and then they get to WWE and everybody turns into being 13 years old again.
I don't know if I like that.
These two guys have, I shouldn't say they have stayed because they both had to take 16, 17 years to get where they are. But these guys lately on the WWE TV have been straight up grown men ass kickers, which is what everybody's been wanting to see. I don't even, I'm not even worried about, Lashley's abilities or inabilities in the ring. We've all seen a couple of the botches, whatever. Drew is fantastic. They're going to have a great match. They can work around whatever kind of weaknesses they might have. I expect a great match here. I say this is a 5-answer match for me in terms of my excitement,
anticipation,
and wanting to see it again because it's two grown men acting like grown men, going out there and having a fight. They've done a fantastic build-up with Drew McIntyre taking on Sheamus and just beating the crap out of each other in front of nobody. So hats off to them. God. So I think the build-up is great. I said from day one I love the Hurt Business.
Oh, yeah.
Again, a bunch of guys acting like adults. They're rocking the suits. They look like true
MVP
professionals.
Perfect.
And I was skeptical of MVP when they brought him in, but he fit his role perfectly.
He's perfect.
This has been a fantastic storyline. I hope they continue it. And quite honestly, I don't even know if it matters who wins the match.
For me, I don't want it to just be Lashley holding on so Drew can win again
in front of a crowd.
Yes. The thing that sucks is like, oh my God. I mean, we've talked about this many times. It sucks that Drew has had this title reign in front of nobody.
Yes.
I mean, could you imagine the stadium filled last year and he beats Brock Lesnar? I mean, the match is whatever. No, just put that match in front of a crowd that's hungry and ready to see Drew, emerge victorious, and it would be amazing. Just amazing.
Yep.
And Drew has eaten a lot of shit to get to this point. Lashley had a big push where he had a main event caliber match, in 23
but then he was gone.
But then, a few years later, he wanted to dabble in fighting, and then he was in UFC, and I mean, he's 45 now. He was on the wrestling team with Kurt Angle back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, it turns out I was on a senior class trip, and he was in the wrestling room. I have a picture of it somewhere. I have to find it. But he was in the wrestling room. You know how you can tell?
Sun.
Because he's like this tall, and I'm just like, yeah, that's Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, like that guy's going to be something. Yeah, so I think you can't
5 out of 5 anticipation.
Awesome. Yeah, because I don't think you can underestimate the hype for this match. I think it's great. I'm really looking forward to it. So that will all be on day one.
So I got to say this, though. Yep. Is this the most anticipated match for you for WrestleMania? We'll come back to that because we're going to go into day 2 right now.
You did a good job with that tease, by the
way.
Boom! You're doing That's well. What I do. So day 2 starts out. We have 2 battle royals we're going to start with. Oh. The first one, we're going to have a women's battle royal.
Battle royal? I need a beer.
Battle royale with cheese. Let's see. What are the stakes here? Looks like they just have a trophy on the line.
Yeah, it's not even an Andre.
Yeah, but for them.
It was Mae Young, but now it's just the middle.
The name whose name shall not be spoken.
It is the Battle Royal trophy.
To coincide with the women's battle royal, we also have the men's Andre the Giant battle royal. You guys know how these goes. They'll throw a bunch of guys in there. Maybe they'll have some funny spots with, like Otis or Elias. They'll do their stuff. Who knows what some of the girls will do? I'm sure Billie Kay will do something funny.
Otis is a stupid heel now. Okay, whatever. Continue.
How do you mess up Otis? Answer, I don't know.
No?
Let's turn him heel. See
Let's
how that
watch.
goes. Oh, good grief.
Okay.
So,
all right.
The next championship match we have is... Oh, did you have any excitement for the Battle Royals?
Pass.
Straight up pass. You
Pass!
Heard it here first.
No, I mean...
They
entertaining.
Are
They're fillers. They are what they are, exactly.
Shout out to all the guys getting a paycheck for that
just...
one.
I'm sorry you didn't get a singles or tag or whatever match, but hey, at least you still got on the card. That's still something.
Yeah, and the catering's probably
it's better than us. Hey, we're not there, even though I'm the king of the battle royals. So WWE.
I can't believe you're not in it. Next up,
that you know of,
United States Championship. I'm going to call him Matt Riddle because just saying Riddle is stupid versus Sheamus. Now, this one kind of came out of nowhere a little bit.
Yeah.
Riddle was kind of working with he was kind of working with some of the lower card guys and then got thrown into the match with Sheamus. I'm guessing based on his scooter. Sheamus hit him with the scooter. That's how it started.
That's what it was? I mean, Sheamus, thanks, friend of the pod, James E. Cornett. But Sheamus, I'll go back to his actual name. He was just in a program with Drew McIntyre to do number one, and now it's, we'll throw you in against Matt Riddle.
I mean, he is the United States champion, and
it is the second best title on Raw.
Yep, and here's the thing. Matt Riddle is very talented. I think these guys can have a great match. We've seen what Sheamus has done. I really like the new direction we're going with Sheamus.
Okay.
The problem I have is that, they just killed his character so bad. And, he came back with the Celtic Warrior workouts, and that was great. Got to show us some different things.
So much character.
But they put him with Drew to kind of help it out, and it's been working to a point. But I'm going to ask you people out there, do any of you take Sheamus seriously as like a world champion right now? I mean, he's doing everything right.
Okay. I see your point. Okay.
He's doing everything correct, but I just don't know. I think the character's been hurt so badly that I don't know if he can come back from it. But I think Riddle and Sheamus will be a great match. He was working with Riddle was kind of involved with Mustafa and Retribution and those guys. That seems to be done in behind him. Maybe there could be some outside interference. Who knows? Your excitement level answer for Sheamus and Riddle.
It depends to me. If they do like where they make it look as real and as hard hitting as possible, because Sheamus does a great job of that, and obviously Riddle does too.
Yeah, he can shoot.
So if they make it look like it's an actual shoot fight, this has the potential to be a 5. But right now I'm going to say a 3. Okay. But I think it has the potential to be a 5 because if they start doing the hard hitting, because we all know.
Because I think these guys want chops.
To. So if they just say, if the agent just goes, you know what?
And I think both these guys have something to prove in this match. So I think they're both going to want to go out there and,
it's Riddle trying to get up and it's Sheamus trying to get back up. It's them fighting for that. So there's a lot of potential here, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. But I'm saying 3 for now. But I know it could get better. But and the
Shout
numbers,
out to Scotty Steiner.
And the numbers don't lie. Give me a beer.
That's right. You're good for now. Next, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Again, another match kind of thrown together a bit. You got Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs, or the Top Dogs, whatever they're calling them this week. They keep changing the name. Versus the Street Profits, who I like. Montez Ford's incredibly athletic. I love the intro with the sippy cups exploding. I think that's a part of it. That's important. That matters. So, we'll see. I don't know who's going to go over in the match. I don't really think it matters who wins. I think all that matters is that they go and they have a great match. Because the storyline's going to continue because there's not a lot of tag teams out there to work with. So I'm pretty excited about this match. Obviously, Ziggler and Roode, I mean, what more can you say? Those guys are workhorses and have been for years. They can do anything in the ring.
I know. It's a shame that between the two, there's 2 world title reigns, and they're both by Ziggler years ago.
Yeah.
But, they're all 4 are great workers. All 4 are athletic and know how to work and know what to do in the ring. I mean, for me, the anticipation of it is a 4 out of 5.
Yep.
And so I think they're going to at least have a 3.5 out of 5 answer match.
What surprises me about these tag matches that we've been going over is that there's not a single one of them that's a tables match or involving ladders. There's really not a lot of gimmicks this year.
That's a smart thing because then if one of them happens to pull out a table, it's not a bad thing.
Then it's exciting.
Exactly. Don't overindulge.
Next we have...
We're talking like we're bookers.
Well, where's my pencil?
Okay, this match.
Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn.
Never seen it before.
Never. Basically because Kevin Owens told Sami Zayn he's crazy and he's a conspiracy theorist. And he's nuts and he needs to knock it off.
Oh, I'm sorry, doing the Sami Zayn. That's the only thing that's likable about the guy.
Pass.
Actually, no, as a heel, him being the annoying heel.
These guys are going to kill each other.
Oh, they
I
will.
can just say that right now.
They know each other like the back of their hand because, they've done it for so many years. So it's just like them going like,
That was really
that was a chair, not anything else. So what do you want to do this time? You want to crack me over the skull? We haven't done that in a while.
It's been a little bit.
You want to give me a back body drop off of a crane? That'd be cool. We haven't done that.
I'll pin you with a forklift. How about that? I just got my certification.
Oh, well, because you watched that Mankind Rock match, didn't you? Because that's what these two are. And look, I like them both as workers. Sami Zayn as a heel is so much fun. Because,
is there anybody you want to punch in the face more than Sami Zayn? Let me ask you that, folks.
Perfect. That analogy right off knocks it out of the park.
Yeah,
so this is going to be a good match. That's what I do. So I think it'll be a fun, entertaining match. I say 3 to 3.5. The lowest will be 2.5 answers as far as anticipation to.
And that would only be because of what they're limited with, whether it be time or if they say, "Hey, no tables."
Like
no
they
gimmicks.
could have a 5-star match planned out, and then like, Vince will come up to him. You got 10 minutes, kids,
with
pals, and then what? With entrances.
Yeah.
Make them short. But it's a football field.
60 yards.
60 yards. Get on a scooter. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm kind of lukewarm about this match. It seems like, again, it seems a bit thrown together. And I think the only reason it works is because we know these guys go way back. So it doesn't really require a lot of story or TV time to make it work. You're like, oh, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for WrestleMania. That makes sense. Of course, we can do that. So I think we could be pleasantly surprised with that depending on what we're given. Again, WrestleMania is 2 days, so you'd think these guys are going to have some time to go out there and put some time in. The Intercontinental...
That's a hell of a rent.
The Intercontinental...
Get the stadium for 2 days?
Yeah, it's
Who rents stadiums for 2 days? Oh, WWE.
Bad Medicine Podcast does.
Oh, we rented $365.
Answer, the Intercontinental Championship. Now, this is one that's been
I like this.
a little interesting, a bit controversial, with Big E, the champion, defending against Apollo Crews. And I just wonder if these guys just aren't, they're just not trying, they're just trying too hard to push this storyline because, again, Apollo Crews, dude looks like $1 million, can do anything in the ring,
God, yes. Incredibly
incredibly athletic, but you made a joke out of him for how long? Now all of a sudden I'm supposed to take him seriously?
That WWE,
how do they do that so much versus NXT? Everybody in NXT matters. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
But
I
everybody
agree with you.
in NXT there's really no jobbers. Everybody matters. Everybody's legitimate for the most part. I don't understand how they get up to the main roster and there's like 2 guys who are legit. You got Lashley and Drew, and then everybody else sucks and can't be taken seriously.
That's the thing, is even the jobbers in NXT, they still have a purpose. They still are doing something.
I love Cameron Grimes. He's great. The new gimmick he's doing.
Have something. It's just sometimes, and we've said it on the podcast, WWE needs to get out of their own fucking way.
They do.
That's what it is. So with this one...
I just don't care about it. I really don't.
I would love to because Big E just entertains he's like, to me, he's behind Otis is the most entertaining.
You don't think it hurts him still doing the New Day shit?
It does to a point, but at the same time, I'm going back to you with Kurt Angle. You with Kurt Angle back in the day used to go like, he could be goofy, but once those straps came down, it was time to go. That's what Big E can do too.
I haven't seen that out of Big E yet, though, where he's just
hoping
just a
they just unleash that. You mean, Big E Langston? Remember when he was Big E Langston?
Yeah, when he almost killed AJ Lee.
He had a full name, but now he's just Big E.
Just Big E.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, I love the goofy side, but he needs to do that killer instinct, so he should be a modern-day Kurt Angle, because dude is jacked, dude is huge, he has weightlifting records, so like, if he wants to, he'll move that ring 5 feet over if he wants to.
I think
we need that.
What might help is if Apollo Crews had, like, no pun intended, but a crew behind him.
Oh,
if he had a couple of guys that he was leading, where they could just be dudes in suits, or maybe not suits, because then that's too hurt business. But
I was going to say he's also going to take over from Mustafa as a leader of the
of Retribution. It could be interesting.
Be a cool
that
little
could
thing.
be. Have the guys take the masks off.
Because they're not technically a part of Raw, correct? They're just Retribution.
Yeah, apparently they're just there.
Just saying.
But I think it would help Apollo's status if he had like a team.
At least a crew and then lost, and then it's like, well, I have the crew behind me to do whatever I need to do.
Right. So, yeah, I don't have much interest or hope for that match.
I'll say for that, two answers for that one.
And now,
unless you show me that angry side of Big E.
Yes. And now we have a match that I think has the potential to either cause WWE to lay a huge egg on their face, because there will be a live crowd there, and you don't control the ambiance and you don't control the atmosphere anymore, WWE. If it's going to be live and you're going to have people in Raymond James Stadium, the Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton has the potential to go one of two ways, either really, really good or really, really bad. There will be no in between. The buildup has been great. I wasn't crazy about the burned look on the Fiend. He kind of reminds me of the Toxic Avenger. If any of you guys remember that from back in the day.
No, I mean, obviously this is the bad.
Shout out to Jason Baker doing all the cosmetic work with everything that they wanted, and and then they put him in the Toxic Avenger outfit, and I get they wanted to have him burned and everything, but it really kind of takes away from it. That's gotta be Kane!
Wrong thing.
And Orton's been great. His promos have been great. I'm sure you all saw the sit down he had in the Stone Cold sessions with Austin, where he constantly rubbing the table. You're going to go back and watch it. It'll annoy the shit out of you too, I guarantee.
Yeah, now that we broke the glass on that.
Yeah, but I don't know what to expect out of this match. You already burned a guy, and I'm still waiting on questioning for Orton from the police. We've seen guys get arrested and taken out of arenas for spraying guys with milk and beer.
You came in without a ticket, and they take him out in cuffs.
He allegedly burned a man. I have to say allegedly, because the case is probably still pending. But this could be an interesting match.
No evidence.
I think this will be the last, probably one in the feud, because if once they start getting fans back, you're not going to be able to do the little magic gimmicks that they're doing anymore, where they can, obviously stop the cameras, change things, do whatever they need to do. They're going to be very limited with what they can do in the match from what we've already seen going forward, stopping the cameras, burning the guy, starting on fire.
Do you think this will be a cinematic match?
Oh, God, they could.
Like how Taker, Styles, and
no, I don't.
And Bray Wyatt and their Fiend and Cena last year.
No, I don't think it will, because it's happening in Raymond James. And I think if they put up a Titantron and make people watch TV after buying a ticket, after going through everything they've gone through, people are going to be pissed and they'll boo it out of the building. So I think they just need to go out there, have a match. Look, Orton and Bray are good enough. I shouldn't say Orton's good enough. Bray's good enough. Orton is great enough to go out there and put on a good match, tell a story, do what they got to do, get Alexa involved, however they have to do that, and let the chips fall where they may, because once fans start coming back, all the nonsense is done with.
So my anticipation for this one is just a 3. I think it's going to be a 3.5. It depends on...
You're more wondering what Alexa's going to be wearing, aren't you?
Well, who isn't? But no, I know.
Start of the show, folks.
I know Orton's going to be
Cosplay
great in it, and then if Bray can somehow just muster up the courage to be a good worker, they'll have a great match. But yeah, I'm going to say.
Because the last one they had was with like the bugs being projected on the ring.
That's right. That was shit all over years ago. Yeah.
The live crowd hated it, so. Hopefully
they went ooh and ah the first time they did it, and then they decided to do it 3 more times.
Yeah,
so it lost its luster.
Yeah.
So I will give it 3.5 out of 5.
All right.
With it.
The next match that I'm looking forward to. Oh, do you have something else to add?
Nope.
Okay. The next match I'm looking forward to is again another one of me and the Answers Blue Chips taking on one of the most talented wrestlers in the world. That is Asuka defending her Raw Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley.
I just want to hear you on this, because these are 2 of your favorite female wrestlers. Well, Asuka is your
Well, Asuka has been an absolute workhorse for this company during the pandemic.
Yes.
She was out there on like every brand for a while. And, defending her title against anybody, going out there in front of no crowd and then the TV type crowd and everything. So she's been a workhorse and just delivering.
She's been a workhorse since she
matches.
came up.
Yeah, just delivering the goods. And like I said, we talked about earlier with Rhea Ripley, blue chip athlete, man. I mean, looks the part. I don't quite dig how far she's taken the death metal look. I like the look she had a little bit more when she was in NXT. I didn't quite have all the hair shaved off, and she was kind of rocking that look a little bit more.
Put it on the strip of the bottom. Oh, it's shot top. That's that.
But, that's just my personal taste. That doesn't affect her in-ring ability or anything else. So I think this could be an outstanding match. And I think, again, I think Rhea has to win the match. Because you had her go out and fight Charlotte, and she lost, which everybody was like, really?
Yeah.
Really? So I'm really excited for this match. Again, 4 to 5 answers on the answer scale for me. Again, Asuka's delivered. You know what Rhea Ripley can do. You've seen it coming up. These guys can really burn the house down. I'm excited for this one.
I'm pretty excited for this one, too, because I know they're both hard hitters. They're both just so great in the ring. They both know their character because it is really them. And it's fun sometimes. A lot of times watching Asuka is just so fun to just watch her. Because, in all seriousness, she is a workhorse. But sometimes you watch her matches and you see how much fun she is really having out there. And she does, whether she's just yelling, screaming, doing her funny moves, and just having fun.
You know what I liked when she had the match with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, and she got her tooth kicked out. When she came back in a couple of weeks, I remember I was talking to somebody about it. I'm like, if they have her come out and do the same goofy like dancing routine and all the nonsense, I'm gonna be so pissed. But they didn't. They had her come out, and she was a straight-up ass kicker and just wailed on Shayna Baszler.
Look at that. They did something right.
It was amazing. So, again, I think that she's so talented. She can do so much, whichever way you want to go with her. But I think it's Rhea's time. You need to make a big splash with her. And you should have done it last year at WrestleMania, and they didn't. So hopefully, like I said, I'm hoping that both Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley win. I want Rhea to have a more competitive match with Asuka, obviously. I think a good back and forth, kind of the more experienced, working with the rookie, if you will.
But you always want Asuka to win.
Part of me does, yeah. So I know for business, Rhea
best for business?
Rhea should win. And then again, going back to earlier, I want to see Bianca just railroad Sasha.
Anticipation is a 4.5.
Yep.
And then I believe that the bar low of their match will be a 4 out of 5 answer.
Yeah, I think
that if they go out and just do the same old, it'll still be a 4 out of 5 match because that's how good both of them are. And honestly, I don't care who wins because it'll be a good enough match.
Yeah, this is one you just sit back and enjoy.
It's one of those you're going to sit back and enjoy until it gets to the end. And then whoever's the winner, you're either going to be happy or just be like, really, they did that?
Yep.
That's a telltale sign of a good match.
Yep. All right, answer. It is main event time. The Universal Championship. The Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
I'm Roman Reigns.
The champion defends against a rated R superstar and returning Edge and the planet's champion, Daniel Bryan.
Oh my God. Was that not the greatest championship belt ever?
Maybe if you live in Seattle.
Oh my God. No, just for his character, for everything, it was just perfect. But anyways, I digress. Yes. No pun intended. But yes, right there, you see Edge, told back in 2011, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot to unpack with this match.
You're done. All right. I come back at the Rumble of 2020. Come back, do Mania. Then I get injured.
Yep.
Was out for how many months? Comes back.
6-8 months, yeah.
And then is right back in the Mania main event.
And that sneaky Daniel Bryan just wormed his way in there, didn't he?
Just wormed his way in, but yet, I mean, you have probably arguably 3 of the best workers in the company. in the main event
Yep.
of day 2.
Yeah.
But really, if this was one day, I would say this would be the overall main event.
Yeah, I think so. Just with what they've given Roman Reigns and Edge coming back and with Bryan. And see, here's the thing. This is where I think this match really deserves a lot of discussion because here's a couple of questions that I have with it going forward. There will be a crowd there. The entire Bad Medicine podcast has been saying this is the Roman Reigns we've wanted for years. They've been booing him on TV, and I've been watching, the fans on the screens and everything. They don't seem too upset when Roman Reigns wins. I would be not shocked at all if Roman Reigns came out to a massive babyface pop.
I know. Is
that not the? That's what right now, but that's the ass kicker we've been wanting.
That's what we've wanted for so long, and then on top of it, he does his nice and just subtle,
totally in control.
Head of the table. I'm not going to get over dramatic. I'm just going to take care of you.
He reminds me of Paulie from Goodfellas.
Exactly.
Paulie never got up and moved fast for anybody because he didn't have to.
But when it's time to take care of business and take care of the head of the table, I'm gonna. And then you have Paul Heyman as your mouthpiece on top of that.
Who doesn't even need to talk that much, but Paul Heyman's facial expressions just knock it out of the park every time when he's like, always doing this one to him and whatnot. Yeah, it's fantastic. So and now you have
they're
Edge.
all three. That's what's going to be fun. All three are going to get a huge pop. It's going to be like an Austin Rock WrestleMania main event where they're both getting the huge pops, and then it's like, all right, who do you cheer for at the end?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think the only reason they've been able to have Roman Reigns play the heel role, if you will, is because of Jey Uso.
Yeah,
and with Jay's actions, that's the only thing that brings him to that. Brings Roman to that level. Now the other thing we need to
still gets cheers.
The other thing we need to talk about is Edge. Now he was laying out guys with chairs on SmackDown, was ready to do the concerto to both of them. Returning superstar. When he says Daniel Bryan has no business in the match, he makes a very valid point. He's like, "Hey, look, this dude lost twice. What's he doing in the main event at WrestleMania?" A very valid point, Edge. I'm right there with you.
That's how he was brought up in the wrestling business. Yep. Bring up points.
If I'm looking at this from just a fan's perspective of what you're giving me, I don't want Daniel Bryan in the match, and I don't think he deserves it. If I'm looking at it from a business standpoint, I know that Daniel Bryan is an amazing wrestler. That dude will probably end up dying in a wrestling ring because he loves it so much. He will not stop. He brings so much. He brings so much to the match when he's in it. I think you almost had to add him to it. Given, Edge is going to be limited with what he can do, but he's smart enough to work around it. He knows Roman's outstanding. I think this will be a classic match, and if I give it an answer scale, it's a 5 out of 5 in terms of my excitement for this match. Not the least of my excitement, if I can get it out, is because I want to see how that live crowd reacts to not only Roman Reigns, but to all these other superstars that we've been seeing. What do the people really think?
Yep. But like you said, it's going to be, like you say, Edge is limited, but we saw with his match with Orton, like the world's greatest wrestling match.
But that was a lot
it is or it isn't.
That was a lot of camera stoppage.
That was all in the ring. Remember, that's where they hit the finishers. This is not the WrestleMania match.
No, but the greatest wrestling match ever. That had pauses and stops and takes and readjusting of cameras and everything else.
But there was still no stunt guys for Edge. He was still doing all of his bumps.
Oh no, agreed. So but it wasn't like it was a live match.
He's gonna be like Austin, where Austin was like, choke slam on the outside. I don't think I'm gonna get that. Which nobody should take that. No. Anybody. So, but I do also have a 5 out of 5. I know you disagree kind of with Daniel Bryan, but I think that adds another great.
Well, no,
element. I know what you meant by it, but. It's going to add another great element, and, it's not very often they do the triple threat main event, but it worked out pretty well when it was him and Orton and Batista.
Yeah, the WWE really seems to love the triple threat match, and I thought Edge just had a fantastic promo on Roman Reigns when he said, use your stroke, do something about this, because I don't have to beat you. I can beat Daniel Bryan and be the world champion.
That's the thing. You get these older guys that are used to not using a script and use bullet points. they got some pretty good ideas. So obviously, I give this a 5 out of 5. There's a reason why it's the main event on day 2, and which I would say main event overall. So 5 out of 5 answers. I think the worst the match is going to do is going to still be like a hard 4, possibly 4.5 out of 5 match, because you got 3 great guys in it. You have 3 great storytellers. Well, 2 really good storytellers. Yeah. And it's not like Roman Reigns is a slouch. I don't mean to downgrade him, but I'm just saying Bryan and Edge know how to tell a story. And then you have Reigns that's like, he's the young pup of it.
Yeah, but he's been carrying the company.
Yeah, where he's been carrying the company for years, so he'll be fine too. Yep. So it's just...
I mean, this match, I think this match is obviously going to be your technical showpiece, your real, true wrestling match the fans are going to love. I think Drew and Lashley is going to be more of a story, more of an ooh and ah fireworks type match to compare the 2 champions.
Yeah, that one's going to be the big, big guys hitting each other. Yep. This one's going to be like some good near falls, some good high spots, some good storytelling. So it's going to be the cauldron. So that is WrestleMania for us.
Drop a comment down below. We love reading them. We got lots more great content on the way. Let us know what you guys think about WrestleMania. Are you getting hyped for it? Of course you are.
They're not here. So for Mason Quinn and the answer, good night now.